Why are there not more people talking about the epic saga of whaling? Whaling is the hunting of whales. For centuries, humans have hunted these giant creatures for the valuable resources they provided. Whale oil lit homes and fueled industries, while whalebone was used in clothing and tools. Whaling was a dangerous business. Men sailed across vast oceans, faced storms and giant whales. It shaped economies and changed cultures, leaving a lasting impact on the world. The story of whaling is a story of human ambition and environmental change, reminding us of our responsibility to protect the natural world. This essay will explore the epic saga of whaling, journeying through its history from its early beginnings to its eventual decline. Chapter 1. The dawn of whaling. The earliest forms of whaling date back thousands of years. Coastal communities hunted whales for survival using simple tools like harpoons and spears, targeting smaller whales close to shore. In the Middle Ages, the Basques in Europe became skilled whalers, developing techniques for hunting larger whales like the North Atlantic right whale in the Bay of Biscay. By the 16th century, as whaling expanded into the North Atlantic, countries like England and the Netherlands sent fleets to Arctic waters to hunt bowhead whales for their valuable blubber. Whale oil was in high demand for lighting and lubrication. Despite the dangerous and unforgiving Arctic whaling grounds, the lure of whale oil drove men to brave these challenges, turning the whaling industry into a global enterprise. Chapter 2. Revolution in whaling. Over time, whaling technology evolved significantly. In the 18th century, the invention of the whaling gun revolutionized the industry, allowing whalers to hunt larger and faster whales. Another pivotal invention was the factory ship, large vessels that processed whales at sea with rendering plants to extract oil from blubber. This meant whalers could stay at sea for longer periods. The development of faster ships like clipper ships enabled whalers to travel to distant waters and reach new whaling grounds in the Pacific and Southern Oceans. These technological advancements led to a dramatic increase in whale hunting, making whaling more efficient and deadly, profoundly impacting whale populations around the world. Chapter 3. The Golden Age of Whaling. The 19th century is often referred to as the Golden Age of Whaling. It was a time of unprecedented whaling activity, with demand for whale oil at its peak, which lit homes, lubricated machinery, and even fueled streetlights. American whalers sailing from ports like New Bedford, Massachusetts, the whaling capital of the world, dominated the industry. These voyages were long and arduous, often lasting for years, and whalers faced numerous dangers, including storms, shipwrecks, and even attacks by whales. The life of a whaler was one of hardship and risk, yet the potential for profit drew thousands of men to the sea. The Golden Age of whaling left an indelible mark on American culture, inspiring literature, art, and even the names of towns like Nantucket becoming a source of national pride and economic prosperity. Chapter 4. Economic and social impacts. Whaling had a significant impact on the economies of many nations. Whale oil was a valuable commodity. It fueled industrial growth and provided jobs for thousands of people. Whaling ports became centers of commerce and trade. Merchants, shipbuilders, and other businesses thrived on the whaling industry. The wealth generated from whaling helped shape national economies. Whaling also had social impacts. It created a unique culture among whalers. They developed their own language, traditions, and beliefs. Whaling voyages fostered a sense of camaraderie and adventure. However, whaling also had its dark side. The pursuit of whales led to exploitation and conflict. Competition for resources sometimes resulted in tensions between nations. The intense hunting pressure took a toll on whale populations. Chapter 5. The Beginning of the End. By the late 19th century, the whaling industry began to decline. Several factors contributed to its downfall. One major factor was the discovery of petroleum. Kerosene, derived from petroleum, replaced whale oil as a cheaper and more readily available source of fuel. Technological advancements also played a role. The invention of the electric light bulb reduced the demand for whale oil for lighting. New lubricants were developed that replaced whale oil in machinery. As the demand for whale oil declined, so did the economic viability of whaling. Whaling voyages became less profitable. Many whaling companies faced financial hardship and were forced to close. The decline of the whaling industry marked a turning point in the relationship relationship between humans and whales. The era of large-scale commercial whaling was coming to an end. Chapter 6. Whales in danger. The intensive whaling of previous centuries had a devastating impact on whale populations. Many species were hunted to the brink of extinction. The North Atlantic right whale, once abundant, was nearly wiped out. Sperm whales, targeted for their valuable spermaceti oil, also suffered severe declines. These whales, known for their deep dives and complex social structures, were hunted relentlessly. The decline of whale populations had ecological consequences. Whales play a crucial role in marine ecosystems. They help regulate food webs and nutrient cycles. Their disappearance disrupted the balance of the oceans. The plight of whales sparked concerns among scientists and conservationists. They began to raise awareness about the need to protect these magnificent creatures. The seeds of the modern whale conservation movement were sown. Chapter 7. Decline of whaling. In the 20th century, international efforts to regulate whaling gained momentum. The International Whaling Commission, or IWC, was established in 1946 to manage whaling and conserve whale stocks. The IWC implemented a series of regulations, including quotas and size limits, to control whaling. However, these measures were often ineffective. Some countries continued to hunt whales in large numbers. In 1986, the IWC adopted a moratorium on commercial whaling. This landmark decision banned the hunting of whales for commercial purposes. The moratorium was a major victory for whale conservation. While the moratorium significantly reduced whaling, some countries continued whaling under the guise of scientific research or for aboriginal subsistence. The fight to protect whales continued. Chapter 8. Modern whaling. Today, whaling is a highly controversial issue. While commercial whaling is largely banned, some countries, such as Japan, Norway, and Iceland, continue to hunt whales. These countries argue that whaling is part of their cultural heritage, or that certain whale species are abundant enough to be hunted sustainably. However, these claims are often disputed by scientists and conservation groups. Modern whaling methods are more efficient than traditional methods. Whalers use powerful harpoons and fast ships. This makes it easier to kill whales quickly, but it also raises ethical concerns about animal cruelty. The future of whaling is uncertain. The IWC continues to grapple with the challenges of balancing conservation with the interests of whaling nations. The debate over whaling is likely to continue for years to come. Chapter 9. Lessons learned. The epic saga of whaling offers valuable lessons for humanity. The near extinction of certain whale species serves as a cautionary tale. Whaling also highlights the interconnectedness of human societies and the natural world. The pursuit of whales shaped economies, cultures, and even international relations. It demonstrated the global impact of human actions on the environment. The story of whaling is not over. The fight to protect whales continues. By learning from the past, we can strive to create a future where whales thrive and the oceans are healthy and vibrant.